Welcome to a new edition of the Lingo Listen. I'm Emma. In today's episode, we are exploring the invisible ceiling of language learning, cognitive load. Have you ever felt like your brain is a computer that has too many tabs open? You're trying to remember a verb tense, find the right vocabulary word, monitor your pronunciation, and listen to the other person all at the same time. Suddenly, the system crashes. You freeze. This isn't a lack of knowledge, it's a lack of mental bandwidth. Today, we are going to show you how to close those unnecessary tabs and move your English from the manual part of your brain to the automatic part.
And I'm Sam, the guy who currently has about 50 tabs open, and most of them are spinning that little loading circle. Emma, I've always wondered why I can speak English perfectly when I'm talking to myself in the shower. But the moment I'm in a real meeting, my brain feels like it's running on a battery that's at 1%. It's exhausting. By the time I finish a 10-minute conversation, I feel like I've just run a marathon.
That's a brilliant analogy, Sam. Talking to yourself in the shower has a zero cognitive load. There's no social pressure, no need to adapt to a listener, and no fear of judgment. But a real conversation is a high-load environment. If you haven't automated the basics, your brain spends 90% of its energy on things like, is this the past simple or the present perfect? That leaves only 10% for the actual communication. Our goal today is to flip those numbers. We want 90% of your brain focused on the person and only 10% on the language.
I'm ready to upgrade my processor. But before we dive into the science of automation, if you are finding value in these deep dive sessions, it would be a pleasure to have you join our community by subscribing to the channel.
We truly appreciate your presence here. Every subscriber helps us reach more learners who are tired of traditional methods and ready for a more psychological approach to fluency.
And if you've ever felt that brain drain halfway through a conversation, please leave a like. It lets us know we're touching on the right topics.
Thank you, Sam. Let's break down the 5 pillars of reducing cognitive load. Pillar 1, chunking, the end of individual words.
Chunking. That sounds like something I do with my old clothes.
Not quite. Think of a phone number. If I ask you to remember 10 separate digits, it's hard. But if I group them into 3 chunks, your brain remembers them easily. English is the same. Fluent speakers don't think in words, they think in formulaic sequences. Phrases like at the end of the day or in terms of are single chunks. When you use a chunk, your brain processes it as one item instead of 5. That saves 80% of your mental energy.
So instead of building a wall brick by brick, I'm using pre-made concrete blocks.
Exactly. Pre-made blocks are faster and stronger.
Pillar 2, selective ignoring. This sounds dangerous. Am I supposed to ignore the person I'm talking to?
No, you are supposed to ignore your own grammar mistakes. When you notice a mistake, your brain stops the conversation to correct it. This creates a massive cognitive spike. For the next 18 minutes, I want you to practice the forward motion. If you say he go instead of he goes, ignore it. Keep moving. Communication is the priority, perfection is the distraction.
Forward motion. I like that. Don't look back at the grammar fire you just caused.
Pillar 3, the anchor phrase technique.
Is this like the sensory anchors we talked about?
It's related, but these are structural anchors. Every time you feel overwhelmed, use a filler anchor. Phrases like, that's an interesting point, or let me think about that for a second. These give your brain 2 to 3 seconds of low load time to reorganize. It's like hitting the refresh button on your browser.
So I'm buying time without sounding like I've forgotten English.
Precisely. You sound thoughtful, not hesitant.
Pillar 4, contextual visualization. How does this help my brain space?
Your brain processes images much faster than text. When you're about to have a conversation, don't review a list of vocabulary. Visualize the scene. If it's a restaurant, visualize the menu, the waiter, the table. When your brain has a visual map of the context, the vocabulary associated with that map preloads into your active memory.
Like a video game loading the map before the player starts the level.
Exactly. No lag time.
Pillar 5, the micro habit of automation. I'm guessing this involves practice.
It involves overlearning. Pick 10 phrases you use every day. Practice them until you can say them while doing a math problem or brushing your teeth. Once they are automated, they require zero cognitive load. Every automated phrase is a rest area for your brain during a long conversation.
Rest areas. I need more of those. My brain is definitely on a long highway right now.
Let's do a bandwidth drill for the audience. Sam, I'm going to ask you a complex question. I want you to answer it using at least 2 filler anchors to give yourself space. Don't worry about perfect grammar, just maintain the forward motion. Ready?
Straightening up, ready.
Sam, what do you think is the biggest challenge facing the world in 2026?
That's a very deep question, Emma. If I think about it for a moment, I think it's how we connect with each other. We have so much technology, but sometimes we are more alone. We need to find a way to be human again, even with all the AI and digital stuff.
Brilliant! Did you feel the difference?
I did. Those first few seconds where I used those anchors felt like I was catching my breath. By the time I started the real answer, my brain had already found the words technology and human.
That is how you manage cognitive load. You didn't panic, you didn't loading circle, you just managed your resources.
Now, let's bring our audience in.
Friends, we want to help you build your rest areas.
What is one English phrase that you already know so well that you could say it in your sleep?
Maybe it's, how's it going? Or have a nice day.
Write that automated phrase in the comments.
And then we want you to try something harder.
Tell us one phrase you want to automate.
Something professional, like, I'd like to add something to that point. Or, could you clarify what you mean by that?
It would be a privilege to see your choices.
We read every comment because your progress is the reason we are here.
Emma, why is it that even when I know these techniques, I still feel brain fog sometimes?
Because of emotional load, Sam. If you are tired, hungry, or stressed about work, your total capacity is smaller. On those days, you need to be even kinder to yourself. Don't try to use complex academic English. Stick to your automated chunks. Being fluent means knowing how to drive safely, even in bad weather.
I'm definitely a bad weather driver sometimes.
We all are. The secret is that native speakers do this too. When I'm tired, I don't use big words. I use simple, automated chunks. The only difference is that I don't feel guilty about it. English learners often feel like using simple language is a failure. It's not. It's efficiency.
Efficiency over perfection. I think that needs to be my new motto.
It's a great motto for anyone who wants to reach 18 minutes of fluent thought.
Let's do our final deep dive recap of the Cognitive Load Masterclass.
Recap time. How to keep your brain from crashing.
Step 1.
Use chunking. Think in blocks, not bricks.
Step 2.
Forward motion. Ignore your own mistakes during the conversation.
Step 3.
Structural anchors. Use filler phrases to buy your brain refresh time.
Step 4.
Contextual visualization. Preload your vocabulary before the level begins.
Step 5.
Automate. Overlearn your 10 most common phrases until they cost 0 energy. Sam, you look like you have about 40 tabs closed now.
I do. I feel like I've just cleaned my hard drive.
I'm glad to hear it.
Thank you for joining us for this session of the Lingo Listen. We hope your brain feels clear and ready for your next conversation.
If this approach to fluency resonates with you, it would be an honor to have you subscribe and join our community.
And please share this with a fellow learner who is feeling burnt out. Let's help them close some tabs.
Stay focused.
Stay curious.
And please take care of your mental bandwidth today.
Until next time, bye for now.
Goodbye, everyone.